us say something for the people who are watching us on YouTube. So for those of you who are watching this video on YouTube, if you have interest in learning English by just speaking with random people about some random topic, go to talkandtalk.com.br. All right? And guys, for you guys here who are here with me, we are having a process here on Talk and Talk to become a hostess or a host. So if you have more interest in doing what I am doing here, which is hosting this meeting and introducing themselves, asking questions, you have to dedicate about 1 hour per week with a meeting and a little more minutes to generate these questions, to make the questions, because we hosts make the questions. But anyways, if you have interest in knowing how this is going to work, if you have interest in becoming a hostess, let me know on the chat and I'll send you guys a link. All right? All right. Let's go to question number 1. Alguém não entendeu o que eu falei, gente?
No, I understood.
Beleza. Se tiverem dúvida, falei muito rápido, podem pedir para eu falar mais devagar, sei lá, ou repetir, tá bom? Fique à vontade. Let's go to question number 1 then. What does equal rights means to you, Rebecca?
Equal rights means a dream that is not our reality yet, but it means that everyone has the same rights. We are different people, but we should have the same rights. The laws, our social life would be not so different of each other. The opportunities wouldn't be so different to reach, because depend of each person, the opportunity are not weak. I think equal rights would be at least the law, the rights should be try to be equal, but there's other word that we use more today that's not equal. I forgot the name. It's not equal. But that's more or less it. If I remember, I will write the word.
I know which word you're talking about.
I am
it's
talking
like
English.
That,
I forgot here.
Yes, I think it's not equality.
Equidade.
It's equidade. Yes, in Portuguese, it's easier.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that in English. Do you?
I will search here. Just
All right. When you say equidade, I remember that image of a wall and people trying to look over the wall, but depending on the height of the person has a bench, banco embaixo.
Equity. I sent wrong to you guys. Sorry.
Equity. All right, no problem. Thank you, Rebecca. All right, Luana, what about you? What do you think when we talk about equal rights? What comes to mind?
I totally agree with Rebecca, because for me, equal rights meaning equality, the equity, because because of the example you said about one tall people looking at the window, the tall and baixo, short person can't see outside. It's the perfect example, and that's it. Equal rights meaning for me equity instead equality, because equality we should analyze each person of each life. That's it.
Nice, thank you, Luana. Julia, what about you? What do you think?
So I totally agreed with yours, guys. To me, equal is with living in a society whose people has the same opportunity to live your lives. We live in a society with people is so different, different of color, gender, sexuality, and we fight about this because I feeling women don't like to be different, and women like to be similar, and I think this is not good because we need to living with the different people in the world. This make your woman, and if we want to live in a good place, we need to be equal in rights.
Nice points, Julia. Thank you so much. Malu, what about you? What do you think about equal rights?
You listening?
Yes.
I agree. I believe I'll have equal opportunities. Regardless, nossa, hoje a língua tá travada. Of characters or where we were born. This
I'm
vocês
sorry.
conseguiram me
Yes, we
entender?
understood
Meu
you.
computador tá travando.
Yes, your internet is maybe it's a little slow, so I can
Instável.
understand what you're saying, but the message is coming like in short parts, you know, and it's tá travando. But I understood. You see that, in your opinion, equal rights means that everybody should have the same rights regardless of where these people comes from, right?
Yes.
All right. Let's continue then. Let's go to question number 2, guys. Rebecca, can you think of any historical figures who fought for equal rights? Tell us about them. Or if you don't know their stories, just name someone.
There's some people that came to my mind, but I can say Nina Simone. It's a singer, a good example of someone that fight to equal rights. She was a singer. There's some years ago I knew a little about her history, but some years ago I watched a Netflix documentary about her, and I saw more details about it. She fight about against the racism in the United States. She was a singer, very influent. She paid consequences for that, but also today we talk a lot about what she did. I think she's an example, not just because she's famous, not only in the United States, other countries. So I think she's an example of it, someone that use influence art to fight for what believe.
Nice example. Did you like the documentary? I am crazy to watch that, but I don't know if it's good.
Yes, it's cool. Her daughter was there talking a little about Nina Simone, and she had a contradictory life, but this part about racism, she was very she was very important besides music.
Yes, nice to know that. All right, thank you, Rebecca. Julia, what about you? Do you have any examples of someone who fought for equal rights?
Yes, I have. Has a girl who's born. I don't remember what is the name of county who she's born, but she is the first woman not, but the most young people to win a Nobel Prize because she born in a country whose women cannot study, and she fights about this political, and this group in this country who he born fights against her because she is a girl and she study, and his life is so difficult because of this, and his history is very popular. This name of this figure is Malala. She is a girl who fights with equal rights with women and men in education system in country who women cannot study.
That's a great example. I wasn't remembering Malala, but it is a great example of someone who is so young and suffers a lot, and who is fighting for more people to not suffer like she did. Thank you, Julia. Luana, what about you?
Now I'm remembering about Martin Luther King, maybe, because he fight for the equality and liberty of the mainly for the Black people in United States. I think I'm not sure, but I just remember that now, and he fight for the equality in about civil law for the peoples, and he win as well the Nobel Prêmio Nobel da Paz. I don't know how can I say in English, and I think he was assassinado. Eu esqueci o nome, como fala?
Murder.
Murder. I think he was murdered. He had a short career, and his political story was very short, unfortunately.
Yes, but it is a nice example. Thank you, Luana.
Yeah, I like so much her speech that he said, I have a dream.
Yes, that's a nice speech. It's very famous.
Yes.
All right, Malu, what about you?
I remember for the fight of the woman. I remember, deve ser uma das primeiras mulheres, né, na luta aí da mulher e o seu posicionamento, né, na história aí, que a gente tem conhecimento. And Mandela. Mandela this with Luther. Eu tô enroscada hoje.
Trava-língua.
Luther Martin King. Hoje eu tô. Eles tiveram a luta aí, né, do autoconhecimento, né, do negro, e foram pessoas que realmente romperam barreiras, né, o grande exemplo deles que foi deixado, acredito que para todos da humanidade, né, não foi usar o que aconteceu com eles como desculpa, né, eles seguiram avançando nos ideais deles, independente do que aconteceria com eles.
Nice example, guys. I don't know how you guys remember all of those people because I have a bad memory and I have to Google everything that you guys were talking about, because I remember the names, but I don't remember the story. And it is nice to remember all of that. I just remember, coisas atuais, unfortunately. Let's go to question number 3. How do you believe equal rights impacts a society? Julia.
So, in my opinion, has more equal rights. Is so good with society, like how I said before. We living in a world we people is so different, and it's difficult to live with the different, and we don't understand these things. And I think now is better. The people has many rights, and it is so good. But I think we have to work more with this, because we have to live in more peace society in general, and in many subjects in the world. And I think if all people in the world and the many countries start to be more political about equal rights, we can live in a better world, in a better place with we don't have many violence like today. And I think it's so good and impact society with many things.
Nice point, Julia. Thank you. Rebecca, what do you think?
I think that the equal rights is a guide, can be a good guide to us charge of our government what is our rights, and say and fight to put it in practical. And I think a place that they respect, they have a good laws about equity, and they try put it in practical and respect. I think people can improve the relationship with each other. We can live in a place without so many violence. I think the unequal lead to a lot of other problems. And I imagine that a place that it's better about the equity, they can improve the relationship, family, in work environment, also about poor situations. Okay, I think because the change open, we have other, how can I say, postura, other way to deal with the problems in our society. And I think it's good because of that. I imagine that a society that have equal rights is already good, because we can fight to put it in practical. And in the countries that are better, than they even have a better laws about, they even the government do good things about equity. I think they have less problem, of course, less problem, the minimum.
Yes, I think we don't do the minimum.
Yes.
That is guaranteed equal right. It's not equal, like you said, it's equity, guarantee equity for poor people, for example, for women, for trans people. Yes. All right. Thank you, Rebecca. Luana, what about you?
What do you believe equal rights impact? Equal rights should impact the society, but it's very hard to put it in practice. I know, because as a lawyer, we have to fight every time to guarantee the rights of our clients, rights that should be automatically, but like here, I work with many immigrants, and they suffer a lot of prejudice because they don't speak Portuguese, because they are from Asia, because they are from Pakistan. People said they like homem bomba and some bads, but I think if the society respects human rights, what only this right poderia ser a única coisa que merece ser respeitada é o ser humano como igual, but should be doing a lot of different rights, guides and laws to get this thing that should be simple, but it's very difficult. And it's very beautiful at the book, but to put it in practice, my God, it's very hard.
I can imagine. Maybe you have to deal with defending direito, a right of a person who should not be defended. O direito não deveria ser defendido, porque ele já existe aquele direito, né? Não deveria ter um advogado ali cobrando por aquilo do governo.
Yes, exactly. But it's real life is like that.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Luana, for your inputs. Malu, what about you?
Nossa. Eu não gosto, assim, né? É engraçado essa questão da gente pensar que gera um impacto, a diferença, né, de pessoas numa sociedade já é tão pesado, né? Já gera uma energia tão pesada. E eu acredito, né, que não deveria ter esse impacto, não deveria existir esse impacto, né? Afinal, somos todos iguais e todos temos habilidades e desenvolvemos competências, mas a gente sabe que ela existe, infelizmente, e por desejos, por questões externas, por crenças religiosas, a gente está vendo aí, né? Mais uma guerra estourando, e isso tudo gera um grande impacto, assim mesmo, de vidas, né, inocentes que morrem, e às vezes a gente até se sente numa bolha, né, e fala, nossa, isso existe mesmo, e de repente você abre só uma rede social ali, já está aparecendo notícias disso. E é tudo muito triste. Não deu nem para falar inglês.
That's okay. Thank you for your thoughts. Yes, it's very sad. The situation is very, I don't know. I don't have words for that. I am still processing. It's not happening to me. It's not happening to anyone that I know, but it's hard to know that we are in the 21st century and we still have wars. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I am more evolved that people who are fighting, but at the same time, I am not, you know? All right, guys, let's go to question number 4. Are there any specific rights you think should be equal for everyone? Julia, can you answer that, please?
To me, is about money. I think it is a so sensitive. I don't know how to say this word in English, but is um tema sensível. And in my mind, this is so difficult to understand. How is different of money who many people has. Like Elon Musk has money to go to other planet like this, and we has a Africa, a continent who has people who don't have food to eat, and to me this is so difficult to understand, because in my opinion it's difficult we live in a equality society, because I think women can cannot live in equal. I think is so difficult, and is a utopia to me, but I think he is a right to all people has um, a basic things like right to eat, right to has a good clothes. I think the is so difficult to me understand if has people who don't have food to eat. Like this is so difficult to understand, and the all thinking when I need to say is to me is so difficult to understand the two different of the nation and the country. Like we live in a planet who has a country who has uh, many power, and the all country who don't have nothing, and this is so difficult because I think all country need to be the same power in the world. Don't has this country is better to other. This don't need to happen, but happens, and this is not good. And that's it.
Nice, Julia. Thank you for your thoughts. I think for me, I think money is very important too, to set the base, you know, for everybody, because I feel like a lot of our problems here in Brazil would be solved if we have money for everyone. That includes a good clothes, good foods, good education, good healthcare system, that stuff. Rebecca, what do you think?
I agree with you girls about the money question. I think in Brazil and the rest of the world, we have the problem about the distribution income. It's not, the capitalism is very problematic system, and talk about money. I remember that in Brazil, there are laws that are different for people who has money. For example, you make a crime, but if you pay a fee, I will say a tax, something like that, you can. We see watching the TV, seeing the politicians that are rich people that they pay and they are free. And if you will have a degree, also graduation, the things is different too. I think you are arrested, but I think it's a different place, if I'm not saying a mistake. But and then to me it's not equal. To me it's saying, well, you have more money, so you don't need to be in the prison. You can be in your house, for example. Or no, you are free because you pay. So it's not equal. So we know that the poor people, they really pay the consequence, the really consequence of things. And comparing with other places, for example, Canada, I know that it's a country that a rich person, the police go to the house to the rich person and arrest them. I think it's better, of course, it's better. And I think it's a specific example of an equal situation that we have in Brazil.
Yes, for sure. I didn't know that about Canada, but same treatment for everybody, right?
Yeah, they are better. Comparing Brazil with Canada about money, I think they are rigid.
They don't accept that if you have money, you can get away with everything.
Most of situations.
Nice. Thank you, Rebecca. Luana, what about you? What do you think?
Yes, I agree with Rebecca because it's the good example of equity. Because, for example, if someone commits some crime, but the law say that if you pay fiança, I don't know how can I say in English, you can respond the process free at home, a normal life. But if the person is poor, the person don't have money to pay, and the rich person have money to pay and get your free liberty. I don't know how can I say, but it's a good example. And but I think the specific rights that everybody should have is the right to have a good education, because it's I think it's the base of a lot of things, and could be the solution of the world problem, not now, but from years para frente, years time, I don't know. But I that's my main point: good education for everybody, because almost all country negligencia education. For example, here in Portugal, the teachers are like Brazil, very disappointed with the salary, with the conditions of the work. For example, today, how can I say? Esqueci a palavra greve, strike, I don't know, something like that. Today here, in the public school, my daughter studied at the public school. There não teve aula, had no class today. I think education is the main point to good the world better, to get better. That's it.
Nice point. Let me ask you something. I was thinking about education also, but then I thought, what about imagine if we have a good education in the whole world. We have a nice education, good teachers with good paycheck, but then we have like some tribe, uma tribo in Africa, that doesn't like to send their children to school. They just like to live in their own village, you know? How do you think we can respect their rights, but give them education? Because my mind was like, I cannot force them to educate their children, you know? What do you think about that?
It's hard to give an opinion, but I think because yes, it's very hard, because children should have the education, but there is a culture that they would like to live alone, to live in peace, to live inside their own world. It's difficult to think about and to express. I think I don't know. I don't know.
You don't have to have an answer. I was just thinking out loud because this thought came to my mind, and I was like, we have to respect people's cultures, you know, and it's hard to apply the same rule to everybody in the world. Like, you have to study, you have to have a job. We cannot apply everything to everyone like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, Malu, what do you think? what specific rights should be equal to everybody?
First, right, de ter uma vida, né? Uma vida equilibrada, eu acredito. Então, assim, a gente ter direito a poder, né, ter acesso à alimentação, à saúde, à educação, à cultura. Isso é a Constituição brasileira em si, né? É tão escrita, né? E, na verdade, não é vivida, né? Não é todo mundo que tem esse acesso. E o direito de todo mundo, né? Ter a liberdade de vir, né? Desde que você tenha dentro das ações que você tenha feito, você responda, né? Não sejam atos, né? Que espero que vocês me entendam. A gente tem o direito de ir e vir, ter o equilíbrio, né? Saúde mental. É isso. Não, é tão pequeno, mas é tão grande, né? Se a gente for na execução mesmo, né?
É tanto direito que não dá nem para citar, né? Nice, Malu. Thank you so much.
É
All right,
isso.
guys, let's go to question number 5. Have you ever witnessed or experienced a situation where equal rights were not respected? Please share. Julia, do you have an example for us?
I don't remember, to be real. I think it is not happy with me, but I'm young yet. I have many things to live in other years. I don't know if it is go happen, but I play to not happen with me because it's a right to happen. But to be real, I really don't remember any situation.
That's good that nothing has happened to you or to someone that you live with. Let's ask the other girls if they have some examples. Rebecca.
Probably I have, but I don't remember. But there is a very common situation that I heard a lot of people complain is about the inequality salary in companies, for example, women and men. I read that I don't remember where, if it was LinkedIn or Instagram, a situation that a girl discovered. She was from RH, and she one day was working in a financial environment. They usually are different place, and she discovered that this inequality situation, and she told to her boss, a woman, and her boss got so angry about that, and her boss equiparou the salary there and the company, and after went to a better company. The boss of the girl didn't want to be in that place. She changed the company after, and also took the girl with her to the new company. It's an example that I read a lot of, but I think it's the most situation that I read on social media, people saying this stuff. It seems it's very common, and if I'm not wrong, it's law. The company cannot do that. If you have the same function, need to be the same salary. So probably I passed a situation or I saw, but I don't remember now.
This is a good example. It's a hot topic, right?
Yes.
People in my company are talking about that. And I love the example because the woman was so brave, you know.
Yes.
She balanced the salaries and then went off assim, se demitiu
I
of the
think
company.
maybe she felt betrayed, traída.
Yes.
You know, imagine the thing. And what I know, the company usually they don't have the financial and RH at the same place because
Because of
it's
this.
not safe. It's a lot of other situation.
Oh, interesting. Thank you for the example, Rebecca. Luana, what about you? Do you have any examples?
Yes, living abroad as an immigrant, I have been witnessed a lot of cases of situation that people is mistreated. Like, for example, to go to the hospital and the immigrant has the right to give to be attended, but they are not. They are not because the staff of the public hospital say something, some é mentira, some lie, lie, some lie, and us the immigrant, the most part don't know the rights. They just, for example, go home without be attended, and some situations like this, but in different places. It's hard
That's
to
so
be immigrant, guys. It's very hard to be.
I've heard that in Portugal you have a lot of prejudice because Brazilians suffer a lot of prejudice just because they are Brazilians living in Portugal, right?
Yes, not Brasilia, but from another countries, Africa and Asia. I think now it's increased. The prejudice is increased a little bit. I don't know why, but it is.
Nice. Thank you for the example, Luana.
Welcome.
Malu, what about you?
I living was a uma vaga de emprego, tava eu mais outra mulher concorrendo e eu acredito que por ser mãe eu não tenha conquistado a vaga. Isso foi uma questão que pesou muito na entrevista, e assim, todas as pessoas que eu conversei no processo, foi uma coisa que me pesou, e assim, de ser questionado, com quem você vai deixar seu filho? E se seu filho ficar doente? Como que faria?
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Isso existe, gente.
I know. It's true. That's true.
It's real.
For sure that another woman had good foi escolhida, was choose because
Did you
that,
also suffer from that, Luana?
no, because since I was young, I work as a self-employed, but I know another cases like Malu said.
That's sad, Malu. I think my mom went through that too. She had to leave a job because they wouldn't let her take a day off to take care of me. I was just a baby. Something like that. It was not flexible, you know. All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Some country, I think Luxembourg, não sei como falo em inglês, they protect a lot the women that are mother, like pay money to stay at home, like till 3 years old of the children to take care and pay good money.
Yes, because it is a job, like any other job.
Yeah, yes, it's very
E a importância, né, da estrutura familiar na vida desse futuro cidadão do país, né? É um país de primeiro mundo, eles pensam em tudo. Os primeiros 1000 dias do bebê é o essencial. E no Brasil, a gente é induzido aos 4 meses tirar a criança do peito sem voltar a trabalhar.
Yes.
Aqui é 3 meses em Portugal.
Wow.
Quanto?
3. I remember my nephew was to the school. I don't know how can I say. He was 3 months. 3 months.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Yeah.
So young.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. I sent you guys the survey link on the chat. If you can answer that, please. Thank you for this not light, but good talk about equal rights.
Yeah.
What?
Realistic.
Realistic talk about equal rights. I hope I'll see you guys some other time. All right. Have a nice week. And thank you for being with me today. Bye-bye.